So there's the inside of my bottom bracket shell. I'm not sure if you can see it really well, but it has not been cleaned out since it basically was first assembled. It's been 2 years, so this could definitely use a good cleaning. Okay, so we're greasing everything up here, getting ready to install the FSA MegaEvo crankset. Just a quick overview here. Exploded view, what's going on here. We got a crank arm, and then a chain rings, and then the spindle, the crank spindle. And then after that, we'll have a spacer, which is right here. I'll show you real quick. Got a spacer here. Then you got the right side bottom bracket cup. The bearings are inside here. Then we got an alloy sleeve. Then we got the left side bottom bracket cup. And then we got spacer, a wave washer spacer, and the other crank arm, and then the bolt to hold on the non-drive side crank arm. So it's that simple. Crank, spacer, bottom bracket cup, alloy sleeve, goes through your bottom bracket shell on your bike, bottom bracket cup, spacer, wave spacer, crank arm, bolt. Let's do it. On the right side, bottom bracket bearing cup, you got the spacer, this black thing here. If you just pull it off, you'll see the green strip. Underneath this green strip here are the bearings. The spacer needs to be greased on the side that presses up against the bearings like that. So this side needs to be greased because the side that faces outward away from the bike is the side with the text here, and it's the black side, so that's also an easy way to remember it. And it says FSA MegaEvo, and the spacer name is MS233, and it says also drive side on here. 386 MegaEvo. So just another thing to watch out for. Let's get some grease on the spacer here on the side that will be facing the bearings on the drive side bottom bracket cup. Grease will help it stick, but the grease will also help prevent intrusion from other things like water, air, whatever. Always grease the threads. Makes life easier when you're trying to remove it. I like to use a lot of grease. Main thing is you just want to make sure you get grease in every single thread. Using lots of grease will ensure that. If you want to be a little stingy on the grease, you can. Just make sure you get every thread. Get deep down into every thread. Notice on this alloy sleeve I got here, there are a couple little rubber bands that basically go around, one on each side, and look like this. So just make sure you got those on there. If I had to guess, they're for basically trying to seal the assembly to prevent dirt, grit, dust, and other things you don't want getting into your bicycle. So make sure you keep those on there after you clean it up. Okay, so we're still on the right side of the bike. We're going to install the alloy sleeve and the right bottom bracket cup. You can see on this alloy sleeve it says left and right, so we'll just slip it in this way so it's, you know, left and right. Let's go ahead and do that. Get down here, just slip it on in. There we go. If you're unsure if you got the right cup or the left cup, just check the text on it somewhere. It should probably say, for instance, this one has a little letter R on it, and it says go that way with it, 40 to 50 Newton meters. NM is Newton meters. And this will go on counterclockwise. Just take your time. Don't want to strip the threads, of course. Just go nice and slow. So it's on there pretty darn tight, hand tight. Now it says tighten to a torque of 40 to 50 Newton meters. Obviously I'm using this tool here, it's not a torque wrench. So what is 40 to 50 Newton meters? 40 to 50 Newton meters is pretty darn tight. 50 to 60 Newton meters is very tight. So how am I going to figure that out? Well, I'll just tighten it pretty much as tight as I can get it. It's a bottom bracket. It should be on very tight. Others might disagree with me. If you're dealing with carbon stuff, especially carbon fiber stuff, you definitely do not want to over tighten. But this is alloy, this is metal, this is steel. I'm not so worried about it. So let's just go ahead and tighten it up here as tight as we can get it pretty much. Now we install the left cup. It should have an arrow on here as well. It does. It says 40 to 50 Newton meters going this way, so clockwise. Go ahead and put that on now. Go ahead and install this one clockwise now. So we're on the right side of the bike again. I keep turning the bike around just to make it a little easier for you guys to see what's going on. Let's take a look inside the bottom bracket shell of the bike. You might be able to see it. It's all smooth. It's smooth all the way in there because you got the cup on each side, one cup on each side, and you got that alloy sleeve. And it needs to be smooth, or you know, it should be smooth for the spindle on that crank here. And we're going to install this next now.